Good morning, class. We're going to talk about Jackson Pollock. Can everybody repeat after me? Jackson Pollock. Jackson Pollock. Thank you. Great job. Great job to pronounce his name. Great job. Great job. Now, can everybody pronounce his last name? Pollock. Pollock. Good job. Good job. I like how you're raising your hand and you're pronouncing his name and you're saying his name. And now we're going to talk about the artist called Jackson Pollock. Now, Jackson Pollock was a great artist. He loved to paint. Do anybody like to paint? Do anybody like to free paint? Anybody like art, period? Great job. I like how you raised your hand and you used the different um, ways on how to express that you like painting. Great job, great job, great job. He expressed his painting in different ways. Different ways. He used his motor skills by expressing them in emotions. He used his paintings to involve around whatever he was going through or whatever that was going on in the world. And this is how he expressed his art and his painting. And we all know that when you paint, it doesn't matter how you paint, it doesn't matter how you put it on the paper. You can paint however you want to paint as long as you're expressing yourself and expressing on how you're feeling. Great job, great job. And one thing that I noticed that when you're painting, you can paint and you can express on how you feel and what you feel your paint is going to turn out to be. It doesn't matter who has a great painting, who what your paint look like, as long as you know what your paint looks like. And that is how he expresses himself, and he used his paint through the art work. And I'm going to show you, class, I'm going to show you some of his artwork. This is some of his artwork that he did. He used different colors, like he used some yellow, he used some orange, he used some red, he also used some blue, and he also used it some black paint. You see black paint in it? Yes, great job. Great job. I see black paint. Can anybody else tell me what else what else you see? Oh, I see. Yes, great job. I see another painting down here. This painting down here has blue in it. It has a little bit of orange in it, and it has white in it. And what he did was he used the paint and he threw the paint onto the picture to make something out of something. And I liked how he did that. And then this is how we're going to express throughout the week. We're going to use our imagination, and we're going to each paint that we use, we're going to express ourselves. So anytime you stop at the paint center, which is the art center, you can express yourself using art. And then we'll hang them up, and then we'll let them sit for a week, and then we'll express ourselves and have parents to come in and see the expression that we did. Now, these are the materials that we're going to be using throughout the week. We're going to be using, because you can use a lot of material to express yourself. He used paint, but we're going to use our imagination and we're going to think outside the box, class. So what we're going to do is we're going to use crayons, different color crayons, and we're going to paint on our different color papers that we choose, different color papers that we use, which is any color we can use. We're going to use we're going to use some cars, because we can use the wheels to make lines, different art pictures. We can use some more objects. We can use balloons because you can also blow up the balloon and you can also paint with the balloons as well. We also are going to use different color paints. Different color paint. We're going to have paint brushes that we're going to use, paint brushes, and we're going to use some wooden pencils, which is you can paint as well using these pencils as well. We also have scissors if you want to cut out some material and place it on there and then paint over the material because we're going to use our imagination. And then we're going to hang them up, make a collage around the room, and then we're going to hang them up, and then we're going to use our expressions to express what our paint is throughout the painting is throughout the week. Great job. I'm glad that you all had an opportunity to understand the artists that we learned today. Now let's get ready, get set, go, and let's get these paintings and let's get these collages going. Great job.